Hey everybody, shake and bake. Hello fellow warriors and gladiators from GLORIA VICTIS. This is tutorial number 4, basic crafting. The key word there is basic crafting. Basic. This is not advanced, guys. This is going to help you, the new player, in GLORIA VICTIS, get started to understand the concept of crafting, kind of how it works, mechanics, and hopefully turn you into a future advanced crafting whore in GLORIA VICTIS. All right, if you haven't done so, watch my first 3 tutorials. User interface is the first one. Second one is your first steps in the world of GLORIA VICTIS. The third is basic combat. If you've watched those, you're in the right place now. So let's get going. You're out in the world. You're a new player. Again, like I said before in the other videos, everything you need to get started is either inside your initial spawn point. This is the Izmir stronghold, but if you're over here in the Midlanders, same concepts apply. Everything you need to get started crafting is just outside the gates of your empire. And basically, if you go into these areas, we're gonna gather up some flax right now. I'm going to show you kind of how you can gather some resources. And again, everything you kind of need is out here in the world, just outside the gates. Let's go ahead and talk about the recipes. So this game does use recipes, and to find those recipes, there's a couple ways you can do it. One is to come out here and be the awesome warrior that you are and take out NPCs. That's going to help you level up, but it's also going to help you find recipes. Some of these NPCs will have recipes on them. Sometimes they won't, but that is a way to get recipes. Another is to buy those recipes from merchants in the different areas, to include your home base, but these locations out in the world. And depending on which one it is, they have different merchants that sell different recipes. Some are rare that you need to get to. There might be one recipe here at the Lord's Wrath Abbey that is sold nowhere else. And so that is the advantage of a faction owning that territory or controlling that territory. Let's keep going here. I'm going to gather a little bit more, and then we're going to head in and do some crafting. Looks like we have some hemp right here. Don't leave town without your hemp. And I just know, because I've been playing this a while, that this right here is clay. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But let's go ahead and get some honey. Okay, let's go. We own this location, so we're safe to come by here. Looks like we got us... let's take out this poor little peasant. And get some more money. I'm hoping one of these guys may drop a recipe, but you know, when you're making a tutorial, of course that's not gonna happen. All right, we're in a good spot though, because I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to push our Z key top right here. How do you find crafting stations? What do they look like? Like I talked about in the user interface tutorial, they look like these little hammers, right? And you can see these say stump. This one says charcoal pile. Charcoal pile. Say that fast a couple times. Let's take out homeboy real quick here. I didn't like the way he was looking at old Shaky here. Now, sometimes you have to kind of mess around a little bit with these things to get them to work. Okay, so we're at this stump. Now, with forestry and farming, you can use the stump or this wheel thing. But you gotta, what helps when you look for these is if you just hover over, they'll kind of tell you kind of what they are. And the stump is one you can use for forestry and farming. Not that you would know that, but you eventually will learn these things. Okay, now let's talk about crafting. You've got basically, 7 areas: forestry and farming, tailoring, leatherworking, engineering, mining and metallurgy, armor smithing, weapon forging, and jewelry. Each of these areas basically has a proper workshop to craft items in that crafting area, right? And as you craft, and as you do this, you'll see right here, you are using the correct workshop. Whenever you craft, you want to make sure you see that. If you don't, find the right workshop, ask for help if you need it, and someone should help you. All right. So now let's look how this whole layout works here. So let's say I want to do make some string. I click the string, right? Now you can see there's a little scroll here. This is the recipe. If I click that, it says here I need flax twine to make string, right? What if I don't have any flax fibers? If I click this, forest and fibers, says flax fibers. I can make some, right? So let's create that right now. And I'm using the right workshop. Down here, I'm going to get some experience in crafting and character experience by crafting. Let's say I want to make now the flax twine. There we go. Now I want to show you something important though. Okay, so I went to string, right? You see where it says flax twine? If I click this little arrow to the right, I also could use hemp twine. I don't have any though. So if you see that arrow, sometimes what that will do is it will give you an option to use different resources to make that item, like the charcoal right there. So that is important to know. All right. Okay, so that was that crafting station. I'm going to get up here inside the village now because I want to show you the crafting station for making weapons and for making like basically armor and clothing, and why it's so important to use the right crafting station so that you can have the best armor and the best weapons, and how you're going to level that up. All right, let's keep going. I love the music in this game. I happen to have the CD on my hard drive, and I use that usually in some of the videos I make. But man, it's just, I don't know if anybody else has it. If you do, share your thoughts below. But it's an awesome soundtrack in this game. Okay, so we're gonna head up here to the main area of the Izmirs. But again, this applies totally for the Midlanders as well. The one thing I forgot to tell you about is let's actually go up to one of my up to my chest up here, my storage, because there's these cards that you can activate, and so you will get these cards from daily challenges and opening chests up in the world, and I'll show you why they're good to use, especially if you're going to start crafting. Is they're going to improve your chances of crafting better items. So let's go over here real quick. I'm going to get one of those cards. I got a whole bunch. I don't know why I'm not using these, but I need to. Looting. This one's experience. This one is looting chance. Upgrading locations. Experience. Reputation. Looting. I got way too many of these. What's this one? Combat. Combat. Reputation. Looting. Loot. Right here. So we're gonna get this one out of here, guys. We're gonna drag it to our inventory. Okay, and what we're gonna do is hit I, and we're gonna right click, and we're gonna consume this. And you can see right there for 30 minutes, my crafting chance is plus 15%. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna go over, and again, this whole area's got a whole bunch of different crafting locations in it. For the different areas of crafting, you're going to have to learn where they're at. And again, you can use the hammers at the top right in the minimap, or ask people as well. So we're going to come over here, guys, to the workshop, the blacksmith's workshop, weapons forging. Again, you can buy these recipes, some of them, from these merchants right here. You can find them in the world from NPCs, or you can get them from other players. But I'm going to show you guys some things that are going to help level up this this skill in this area of crafting. And again, you're going to want, it says here, I could use this workshop for armor smithing, weapon forging, and jewelry, because those are green, right? So let's go down here. I look at this club. Crafting 38 experience. That's not doing too much for me. But if I come down to the pilgrim staff, it's going to give me 47 and 16.2. Part of this reason why is I've already done these a lot, right? But if I come down to wooden hammer, look at that. 682 experience in crafting, and the character 228. Okay, now the byproduct is going to be sawdust, right? It's going to tell me what I need. It says pine pole, but remember, if I push the arrow, I can look for other resources and use one of those, elm log, or I could choose a different one. Let's go with the ash log. Why not? Right here, this is important. There's basically 7 levels of a weapon and armor, and the clothes you wear, and even your shield. There's the basic. You have a 100% chance of crafting that item. And then it goes from tier 1 all the way to tier 6. Tier 6 being the best quality weapon or armor gear that you're wearing. But I only have a 5% chance of getting a tier 6. And that percentage increases as it goes lower in quality. So let's go ahead and craft one right now. And let's watch the bottom right. 682 crafting experience and 228 character experience. And I got a hammer of +3. And let's do that again. Now, these numbers may change up here on the top right, because as you do this and get better at this, and this levels up, your percentages go up for getting these rarer items. I just got a +4. Let's do another one. Oh, I can't do another one. So we're going to make a club. Let's say if I don't know. Let's say I don't know. Where's that hammer at? So the hammer, right? How do I make the hammer? So how do I figure this out, right? Actually, it was the wooden hammer. Hold on, guys. Where's that wooden hammer at? The other thing you need to know, too, guys, is right here. You can see this. We're trying to make a Freeman's Longsword. 14 to 27. That's the level you have to be at in that crafting area to make that item. So if you're not level 14 yet, you're not going to be able to make the Freeman's Longsword. Let's make another club. And I don't know what happened to the wooden... oh, there it is. There's some more things. Here's the wooden hammer right here, guys. But let's say, I want to make this, right? But I don't have the resource to do it. I click this right here. You can see nothing happens with that recipe. That's because that's a resource in the world I got to go chop down, right? But let's go down to simple bow. This is 682, wonder bow 46. Not as much. Weak bow 37. So I'm definitely going to make this simple bow. Here's the percentage of how I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and make one. And right down here, 682. I made a bow of +3. But now I want to show you something that is important. And see, I need the hair bowstring, and I've got none of this stuff. This is something I'm going to have to buy from a merchant or find in the world or get from another player, this hair bowstring right here, right? But what I want to show you is let's do a weak bow actually real quick. We got more resources for that. We'll make a weak bow. +2 down there. But watch this. I want to back up. I'm not going to use this crafting station, and I'm going to craft another weak bow. But watch the bottom right. Okay, so here's the weak bow +2, 37 crafting experience, 12 character. Weak bow, somehow, I don't know how I got a +3. I got lucky as hell to get that. 34 less crafting experience and 11 character. But that's not the norm. Let's do another one. Another +3. Don't ask me how that happened. But normally that does not happen. But you are getting less XP in crafting, and you also are getting less P. I got to do this again now. Okay, that gave us inventory is full, a +3. But again, more crafting experience points and more character experience. I don't know how my inventory could be full already. It shouldn't be. I got plenty of space here. I'm not sure why it said that. Inventory is full. All right, so let's look at this now. So I made these bows, right? And you're going to see that depending on the category of level. So +3, this is a +3, +3, +2, and this is a +3. But here's a +2, damage 40.8, +3, 42.8. And so you can see that these are better bows because of that higher rating, the +3. Okay, and you can see this hammer here is 91.2. It's a +4. This one's 86.8. So this is where you want to level up this character in crafting the different items, especially with the weapons and armor, because then you can make those higher level tiered weapons and gear. Okay, guys, just to recap real quick. C to bring up crafting. Find the right crafting station, and you can do that here at the top right by going looking for areas, finding those little hammers out there, going over those. They're going to tell you what they are, and if you don't know, ask people. They will help you. Remember, in the world at these different locations, as you explore further out, there'll be more unique recipes. You'll find newer recipes farther out in the world, but it's more dangerous because of tougher NPCs and other players from the other faction roaming around more in the middle of the world. So you got to remember that as well. Find an item to craft. For example, in weapon forging, things like making poles, let's go down here, making things like these hammers, the wooden hammer right here, stuff that's easier to craft but gives you a ton of experience. Just make a bunch of those, and then you can sell them if you want, but that is going to level you up as well. I showed you already forest and farming, and again, here's the different categories. You're going to find yourself spending more time in some compared to others. I mean, for me, starting out, it was forestry and farming. Probably I spent the most time. I'm not really into crafting too much, but some people I know love to craft, and what you can do then is some of those people will go around and they will either give that stuff away or they will sell it or trade it. So, guys, that's the basics of crafting. That should get you started in the world of Gloria Victis. Guys, if you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, I'd love for you to sub to my channel. And I want to thank you guys and welcome you to the world of Gloria Victis. And if you happen to see Shake in the world and we're on the same faction, give me a quick clap or a quick smile, a big hooray, or if you're from the other faction, let's get it on. This is Shake and Bake. Peace. All right, talk to you guys soon.